Dear viewers, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you, depending on where you are. Yoruba leaders of thought, comprising of obas, chiefs, policy shapers, politicians, technocrats, intelligentials, security-related groups, socio-cultural groups, among others, issued a very strong communique to the federal government in relation to the security threats the Yorubas are experiencing and the need to secure the Oduduwa nation. This is Biafra Breaking News Media, and welcome to another edition of the day. If you are new to my channel, please don't forget to hit the subscription button and turn on the notification bell to stay tuned whenever I post a new video. And also don't forget to like and share your views in the comment section. Let me briefly state out the concerns the Yoruba people issued out in the communique. The first is that the Yorubas are resolute in their determination not to stand idle and watch their land taken over by the Fulani terrorists and marauders that are hatching lives in Yoruba forest. They maintained that their forests need no permission to swallow the bandits. The second phase of the concerns they expressed is that they have come to the realization that they are living in a time of bad metaphors, a time when dogs do not hearken unto the whistle of the hunter, and the rivers which have forgotten their sources still continue to flow. The point in this regard, which they stated, is that insecurity has reached such an abyss that hundreds of people are kidnapped in broad daylight with impunity. They stated in the third paragraph that the Yorubas are convinced that Nigeria is on the verge of catastrophic calamity of potentially great magnitude than either of the internecine conflict of 1967 to 1970 or the present disenfranchisement of 1993. That Nigeria has embarked on uncharted seas with nihilists as crewmen. Please don't forget that I'm not reading out the entire communique because it's very, very long. I'm only picking some lines of statements that are, that seems more conclusive in nature. So in the conclusion of the third paragraph, they maintain that the relentless pursuit of power by a group of self-servers, the ruthless cabal, that respects neither equity nor equality, with an entrenched sense of entitlement, has taken away any sense of belonging to this union by the Yoruba. When injustice becomes law, resistance will be a duty. In the fourth paragraph, they noted that the Yorubas announced their exhaustion with the government's obsession with lies and denials of truths and facts. Farmers' herders' clashes are denied despite the photographic evidence of massacres and eyewitness report of mayhem. Terrorism ruined the land in the gap of herdsmen, killing, raping, kidnapping, and maiming, with little or no reaction from constituted authority. They further said that a high-ranking government official declares that bandits are not criminals. The number fifth concern is that the Yoruba are perplexed by the fact that Nigerian state is bombing the Eastern Security Network, ESN. Yet, the same government is embracing and romancing terrorists. It is not safe to say this is a government that panders to terrorists, protect terrorists, pay ransoms to terrorists, and prevaricates terrorism with absolutely no sanction by the northern dominated security apparatus of Nigeria. And they asked a rhetorical question in the end: how exactly can such a government continue to seek the support of Yoruba going forward? In the sixth paragraph, they maintain that the Yoruba hereby make known their opposition to Sheikh Gumi. In the sixth paragraph, they maintain that the Yoruba hereby make known their opposition to Sheikh Gumi's interaction with this dangerous terrorist. I can say at this point that he is not a sheikh. A sheikh is supposed to be a responsible Muslim man. He should be addressed as Ahmed Gumi, which is his original name. Calling him a sheikh is as good as branding the entire Muslim world in a wrong direction. They made another point that Sheikh Gumi is actually trying to divide the Nigerian army along religious lines, so which is normally unacceptable in any secular state. So that Sheikh Gumi is guilty of incitement when he claims that it is Christian soldiers who attack bandits with the intention of sowing religious tension in the country. Of course, it have started with what is happening in Kwara State. So the 7 paragraph states that the Yorubas are convinced that the North is already at war with itself. Rather than face the situation squarely, the North-controlled federal government keeps trying to divert attention by teasing out conflicts in some areas and exporting crises to other locations. So they say that the Yorubas call it Dabi Moseda, so that it will not work. The Yoruba will not swallow the bait and allow their hard-won inheritance to be consumed in the consequent conflagration by the federal government. In respect with the points which I made mention of, from number 1 to number 7, so they say that Yoruba nation or territory was known as Western Region under the 1963 Constitution, along with other peoples having affinities with the Yoruba nation in Edo, Delta, Kogi, and Kwara, be organized in pursuit of their own political identity and socio-economic welfare of all of them. Finally, they issued out very powerful 4 resolutions. The first one is that the Yorubas have decided to embark on a venture of mass resistance to the issue of insecurity. Ametokun and other support system, fully incorporating both traditional and modern security measures and systems, have been integrated to form the Southwest Security and Stakeholders Group, SWSSG, which is presented to the Yoruba and the world today, that is, during the meeting. In their words, they maintain that the role of SWSSG is the protection of our patrimony, our physical and human assets, our forests, and our intangible legacies, which have been inviolate and inviolable for over a millennium. Number 2, the forests of Yoruba are sacred, untouchable, and out of bounds to terrorists. May the causes of all our forefathers hold to account all who attempt to cede even an inch of our forest to any ranch or settlement for the use of foreigners, despoilers, ruiners, ravagers, and desecrators of our forest. Our forefathers house our spirituality, our essence, our egungun, our oro, our spirit, our food security, our culture, and our being. Number 3, the Yoruba distance themselves from the oft-repeated untruth that Nigeria's unity is non-negotiable. This is nothing but a falsehood. Be it known, now and forever, the unity of Nigeria is highly negotiable. If we cannot be happy together, then let us find peace and joy apart. Nigeria can only remain Nigeria if all parties agree to deal equitably with each other. Number 4, the Yoruba are resolute in their fierce determination to pursue vigorously our own chosen destiny to be free men and women, and never to be second-class citizens in our own land and space. Moving on to Kwara State, it is very, very pertinent for us to take very critical cognizance of what is happening there. You know, before the Yorubas issued the communique, there is already existing religious war, which is undeniable and never died and cannot die, not today, not tomorrow, not forever. Because as far as I know, before the creation of Nigeria, religious war have started. And after the creation of Nigeria, religious war contributed to the breakout of 1963 war. Even after the 1963 to 70 armed struggle, because as far as I know, I continue to maintain that the struggle for independence of the indigenous people in Nigeria never ended. What ended in 1970 is the armed struggle. So after the armed struggle, the religious crisis remained in Nigeria. It never went away. So what happened is that they went on break to re-strategize on how to carry it out, because just like the Saduna of Sokoto, Ahmed Bello, stated even before and after creation of Nigeria, he still maintained his words that Nigeria is a mere geographical space. Then you can figure out the conclusion of this statement. So, religious war is still there and never died. The only thing is that the North re-strategized a retreat and came back with full force. And that is what we are all witnessing in Nigeria today. So you can see in Kwara State, just like you have Sharia law in the same country where supposedly it's supposed to be a secular state, where concern to a particular ethnic group is not supposed to be given, not even under law, let alone allowing another law to exist in the same territory where national constitution is recognized. For the Kwara State government to come up and impose hijab, or whatever they call it, on all school pupils, simply means that the real modernization policy is actually manifesting and coming out with full force. If Kwara State government should finally succeed, the other northern states will follow suit. And that's how they used to do that. And that's how Sharia law escalated. So, watch the video of what is happening in Kwara State currently. It is absolute breakdown of law and order, orchestrated by the government of Kwara State. Take a look.
Not doing anything, we're just dancing and singing. They started throwing stones at us. And now, after throwing stones, people had to retaliate because men are injured. See my hand, I have to be doing first aid for grown-up men. People are injured in their heads. And these guys started throwing stones at us. They started burning our school inside now. Nobody can run it through. This is wrong. Stop marginalizing Christians.
Governor, hey, please do something about it. We all voted for you for peaceful coexistence.
Yeah, the both religions are now throwing stones at each other. The Muslim and the Christian. The Christian are throwing stones from the church, while the Muslim are throwing from the outside. now back to. The violence are now erupted at Surulere Baptist Church and Baptist Secondary School. The Muslim and Christian are now throwing stone at each other. As you can see, the police are powerless now. They have nothing to do. They are now begging everybody. As you can see, only the police are the only security sighted now. As you can see, they are now throwing stone at each other. Christians are throwing stone from the church, while Muslims are throwing inside. As you can see. I'm Dory Lori too.
Share your comments and opinion in the comment section and let me know what you think. In the same vein, let's look at another evidence that proves that The secularity of Nigerian state have been undermined absolutely. You can imagine that there is no parastatal currently in Nigeria that is not headed by the North. Not only are the Director Generals come from the same ethnic group and religious faith, within the states and all the 74 local governments, you still find them leading the various police stations and other security parastatals. If you go to the decision-making systems, they are the ones there, which means that nobody's opinions will ever count any longer in Nigeria. Take a look at what happened to TV people. TV people, we all remember in Benue State, were displaced by the Fulani terrorist foot soldiers called the Fulani Herdsmen. So ever since then, they became internally displaced persons in their own land. No care and nothing. When I mean nothing, no attention from the federal government. Not that what is happening to them is not known. They knew 100% the people doing this to Nigerians. According to them and in their own words, they say that they are not Nigerians and they are foreigners. How all of a sudden is it difficult to bring these people to book? That tells us that the government is in for it, and they are the real brain behind the crisis going on in every other part of Nigeria, because they are the one that used to move this crisis to the people, and not the people emanating the crisis. You will be peaceful in your community irrespective of the fact that there is hardship in Nigeria. But people still live in harmony. Whether they find food to eat or not, they still find time to cohabitate within themselves. But all of a sudden, the federal government will push in terrorists on the people. Before you know it, they will look away from the crisis. They won't come to the rescue of the people. The military will continue to aid the same people if eventually they were sent to go there. It will be to protect the terrorists that are terrorizing the people instead of protecting the people in question. And that was how the TV people were all chased away from their homes. So finally, when their prototypes or their offsprings who are abroad, especially United States, summoned courage to come together to write a kind of petition to federal government of Nigeria, to request them to look into the situation of their people at home. Because I can tell you that most people can no longer come back to Nigeria as well, due to the semi-security issue. They can't come back and, stay in IDP camps, So when this petition was tabled in the House of Assembly or Federal whatever assembly, watch what the Muslim deputy or deputy speaker in the House said during the presentation of this petition, and find out why we keep campaigning to the fact that they have taken over all the systems in Nigeria, and this is to speed up their Islamization agenda.
Colleagues, Mark Tese Gbila, representing Gwe East, Gwe West Federal Constituency of Benue State. Mr. Speaker, I have a petition from the Mutual Union of the TIV in America against the federal government of Nigeria. And the issue has to do with the ancestral land of the TIV people that seem to have been possessed in recent times through various attacks, and the fact that they are languishing in IDP camps till date without any intervention. With your kind permission, Mr. Speaker, I want to lay this petition before this honorable House.
Did you say thieves in America?
The petition is from the Mutual Union of TIV people in America. Yes, there's a very
If they're in America, could they really be an interested party here, do they really know what is exactly going on?
Okay, yes, they do, because they have their family members and their people here with them, and they are, as a pressure group, bringing this petition because they believe that they are also stakeholders.
Mr. Miller, I don't want to make a blanket statement regarding those who are in diaspora. If this petition is coming from those who are within the country, I believe it has a very good standing.
No,
but these people living in America and then coming to lodge, now.
No. There are Nigerians who are not all resident there. Some of them are just studying. Some of them just went there to do courses.
No, if you say they are Nigerians, they are Nigerians. But I don't know if you have
Nigerian citizens.
If they have dual citizenship.
They don't have dual citizenship. They are all Nigerian citizens. That's why I said it's a union of an association. Just like we have association of lawyers in other states who are from another.
Register with the Corporate Affairs of Nigeria.
Sorry?
Register with the Corporate Affairs of Nigeria.
Which one? The association I'm talking about?
Yes, all associations are registered with Corporate Affairs of Nigeria.
We can.
Honorable Magbila, be guided.
I'm not convinced that we need to take that petition. Thank you.
Let me know what you think. Share your views and opinion in the comment section. Take your time and watch what Asari Dokubo said about Mazen Nnamdi Kanu when the going was going well. And when I say when the going was going well was when IPOB, under the leadership of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, gave him 20 million to train the boys. This is life of hypocrites. You can imagine how he was just praising and saying things the way they are. Then when it was discovered that a treasurer is a treasurer and can never change, not anytime soon, because he have fed large on the billions of naira given to him by the federal government. And anytime such person lacks fund or money, of course he's bound to do anything to ensure that he continues to sustain his livelihood.
Every traitor will be paid in a millionfold for his treachery against his own people. Every traitor. Nnamdi Kanu should not be a problem. Nnamdi Kanu is in the struggle. It's in the struggle for liberation of his people. First of all, for liberation of himself and liberation of his people. And people have chosen to follow him. If you are not following him, just keep quiet and go and do your own. Let it not be an issue for you. It does seem you are not an issue for him. But you come in and become. Why? Who knows that Nnamdi Kanu will come? Nobody knows. I didn't know, you didn't know. But the Buhari, they created Nnamdi Kanu. Buhari is not the most strongest human being on earth. We have seen so many people. Where it will go? Where it will go? Apartheid system, where it fall? Where is the British Empire? Where is the Soviet Union? Where is the Roman Empire? We don't see a lot of things. Nnamdi Kanu, whether they bow for him or they don't bow for him, it's none of your business. Because if you are talking, if you have sense, if you talk about Nnamdi Kanu bow, we go talk when they bow down for one man called Umunne, when they bow down for one man called Sutai, when they bow down for that thing they call Buhari. That they brought from Umunne. You don't talk all those Nnamdi Kanu won't be a problem. Nnamdi Kanu is on a cause that will bring salvation, independence, freedom, and dignity back to our people. If you don't agree with him, just keep quiet. Because very soon you will come. We are marking all of you. We are marking all of you. All of you who think that by trading with us, by being a level, you are going to gain. Whether you are a Bokweo, you are Hausa Kweo, whatever you call yourself, be talking. You say you are intellectual. I don't see anything intellectual about you. If you want to debate, I am ready to debate with you on all issues. And you tell me why Lagos is better. Let them have a level playing field and let all the companies return to where they are. Whether Lagos will be what it is. Lagos is like a sucking blood, a Dracula sucking on the blood of the people of the South and the Southeast. You are talking about Lagos. What does Lagos have? You are talking about Lagos, sucking on our blood. Instead of our political leaders to stand up and be firm and say, you don't get no certificate of occupancy for you. If you don't bring your headquarters, no revoke when we say land use act is in the hands of people, revoke all the certificate of occupancy of these companies. And tell them, and then there will be a collision between this evil government in Abuja and the government in Port Harcourt, the government in Yoruba, the government in Asaba, the government in Ido, the government in Owerri. Revoke all the certificate of occupancy of their flow station. Revoke all the certificate of occupancy of everything. If they don't come back, if those of you who are doing, who believe in Nigeria, do that first instead of coming to talk. When you do that, they will sit down. There will be constitutional crisis. They cannot arrest you. The House of Assembly should pass law revoking and let the people occupy their place. Nnamdi Kanu should not be a problem. Nnamdi Kanu has shown the way. He's a woman being, and what he has done, there is no living Igbo man, dead or alive, that has done as much as what Nnamdi Kanu has done in these 2 years. And those of us who appreciate it will continue to appreciate it. Not because we will give us anything or anything. He has nothing to give to us. But we know that what he is doing, the benefit of it, will not only be for us, but it will be for all of us. And will benefit immensely, including you, your children, with all the sabotage, all the tongues you are putting on the way. Nnamdi Kanu is a man to be respected.
On the other hand, watch the video of Ikwere people rebuking Asari Dokubo in his recent statement against the Ikwere people.
Today, I was hearing one young man say he's a militant, former militant. He said his name is Asari Dokubo, a compound illiterate that I don't know where he comes from. We had the tenacity to come and say that yes, Wike is building 10 bridges that has no economic benefits to Rivers people. It shows clearly that he's an illiterate. Yes. He's only illiterate that will talk about flyover that is an economic waste. He has just fooled himself to the world. After the Dokubo has fooled himself, the right day he declared customary government of the Biafra people in Nigeria. Well, we are watching President Muhammad Buhari if he will not do what he's supposed to do. Because enough is enough for that Asari Dokubo. We are all Rivers people. Nobody is more Rivers than any other person. Asari Dokubo, he said he is a militant, he kills people, he do that. 419, complete 419. Are you hearing me? Yes. He has misled a lot of youths for his personal gain. Rivers people are wiser now. He's making noise that 2023 they will take power by force. In the Kwara local government, we are here, we are movable. Are we movable? No. We are unshakable. We have lions and tigers in the Kwara local government. We don't need to talk. When the time comes for election, let us leave Asari local government and come to Kwara and face us so that he will know the kind of people he's meeting with. Exactly. That's a weekend with a level. Asari na toy to use a weekend. Asari na cockroach to use a weekend. Na cockroach na flopping a little walk. If you want to see, make him come. The Kwara local government they go teach and walk. Nobody can intimidate Rivers people. Nobody can intimidate the Kwara people. Nobody. Today, in this River State, the 4 Kwara local government, the 60 Kwara speaking communities are loyal to Yesowike, and we are ready to follow him anywhere he goes to. Who direction Yesowike face will follow him. Exactly. Asari, listen and listen to me. My name is Oduduwa Samuel. We're not afraid of you. You cannot intimidate yourself to government house. You will come and negotiate with the people of River State. So politics is give and take. Tell us what you have. We will tell you what to have in the local government. you've forgotten. The same year so we can give your sister opportunity to go to House of Reps. Hear and hear it loud. Yes, so we can not in your level. You are a compound criminal and we are not afraid of you.
Exactly.
I will tell you people today, don't worry. 2023 is still far. We are talking about now first.
Yes.
Don't be so.
That's all.
We are talking about
Now.
Let's finish now first. When 2023 come, let Asari and his people, his Soboma, one Soboma, that which one? You know, when you see the people talking, I don't tire. What is your voting strength? You think you can come and panic us? We'll take it by force. We'll keep. Who are you going to kill? Are you God? Are you not a killable? But here, up on yesterday, the Kwara people we are ready. We are ready for 2020. Are you not ready? Are you not ready? No, don't worry now. Don't worry. Now we dey here. We dey here. No shaking. So what I will tell you, don't worry. Road no good, the man versus man. Hey, see charlatans and noise.
Thanks for watching Biafra Breaking News Media channel. Please subscribe if you've not subscribed before and stay tuned for more videos.